Hello, it's your girl Shamay Speaks. Happy Sunday. Hope you guys had an amazing weekend. Sorry for posting a little bit late, but on a good note, I got a great HD webcam, much better than the other videos, the video quality. So, special thanks to one of my friends, Gina, for coming through for me. I really appreciate it. Such a blessing. Thank you. So, Soul Searching Sundays. Today, I had to think about something that I think a lot of us may or may not think about, especially when it comes to like relationships. And let's just say for people who have had bad relationship after bad relationship and it kind of leaves them feeling some type of way about just relationships, maybe even themselves. I think sometimes we fail to look deep into our soul and realize that we might need to be accountable for some of our actions, even if someone did us wrong, um, and just broke our hearts or whatever the case may be. There sometimes is a point where, let's say you've had 2, 3 bad experiences, where you might need to look down in your soul and see if you are living aligned with your values that you say for yourself. So if you say something like, for women, if you say, I don't want to have kids till I'm married. Well, if you're out there putting yourself at risk and not protecting yourself, then that is possibly what can happen. And we all know, we all took sex education when we were in probably junior high, high school. Most of us, for the most part, do know that. So, I mean, we really don't have an excuse. Yes, we can go through experiences to help make us a better person because we learned from those things. But I think sometimes people don't learn and they keep doing it. It's like a baby that keeps touching something hot and you keep telling them it's hot and then they finally get burned and then they realize, oh, it was really hot. So I think that you just have to like search deep into your soul and really feel what it is that you want. Like my experience, when I'll just share a little bit of personal experience. There's much more to it, but so I'm gonna say on this camera. When I had my child, I was very kind of disappointed in myself because I was 30 years old and I was like, man, I wanted to wait till I was married to have a kid, and yet I'm having a kid. The situation turned out to be absolutely crazy. Nothing that I've ever wished for myself or anyone else, but unfortunately that happens. However, you know, um, even though I was able to recognize certain red flags along the way, and it was a little too late. So I ended up having my daughter, which is, like I said in my previous videos, the best blessing I could ever have. But I definitely got a lesson from that. And I had to evaluate myself and my decisions that I was making. If I didn't want a kid till I was married, why was I doing certain things? People just have to be aligned with what your values are. And if you're not, then, it gets to a point where you just keep making the same mistakes. You're supposed to make mistakes, grow as a person, learn from them, and then move forward, not to keep making the same mistakes. It's just like when I could say certain females keep having kids by the same deadbeat. Like, it's things like that. Or certain men keep having kids with women that they don't see a future with. What is the point? And if you don't want kids with that person, well, use protection. Yeah, things happen. That's always an excuse for most people. Things happen. But how often is that going to be the excuse? You got to find inside yourself what you want. And if you say you want to wait till marriage, then you need to make sure your actions are aligned with what you say you want. I'm guilty of not having my actions be aligned with what I want. But at 32, I finally evaluated myself enough to know, and I'm not perfect, but to know that I'm accountable for my behavior as far as the outcome of how my life is also. So do some soul searching, wonder and think about if you are living aligned with your values, if your actions measure up to the values you see for yourself. If you're in a relationship and you want to get married but that person doesn't, it's probably not aligning with the values that you have in your life. But I hope that you guys can do some soul searching on this amazing Sunday. I hope you guys stay blessed. Thanks again, as usual, for the support. My baby is waking up, so I'm going to have to go and get her. But mommy duty calls. So I thank you so much for tuning in. Please share my videos, like my fan page, Shamay Speaks. Thank you so much for the love and support. And I will be doing videos 1 week off, 1 week on. So be on the lookout in another week for the videos each day. If you have any topics or any ideas, please submit them. Have a good day.